pictures are still here for you.
Thank you.
Now you get to talk.
Okay.
Now turn it over to you.
Okay. Okay, well actually, since we're in here, I think I'm just gonna do it this way. Sometimes my computer likes to go blank. So I just want to say good afternoon and thank you for coming to support 5 Seasons Acupuncture and joining the healing community here in Lebanon, and also for joining the Lebanon Valley Chamber of Commerce. So I am Dr. Barbara Grandusky, and I'm the founder and the owner of 5 Seasons. And I just want to share a little bit about what I do, why I do it, and then how I do it. So I am a doctor of acupuncture, and my doctoral emphasis is on integrative medicine. So you're going to hear the word integrative about 400 times. But my emphasis is on integrative medicine. So acupuncture and integrative partnership, so please let people know I'm across from them, is the what of what I do. I work alongside Western or allopathic practitioners in either general practice or orthopedics, oncology, pain management. I also have 4 mental health facilities that I work with and work alongside to offer a holistic, symbiotic, and more comprehensive approach to people's health challenges. And an example of this would be in oncology. So I did all my doctoral clinical work in an oncology center in Bel Air, Maryland. And so an example would be that I treat with acupuncture the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. So I would treat things such as nausea, fatigue, low white blood cell counts, peripheral neuropathy, and even the emotional downsides that come with such an intense health challenge and battle for recovery. So, and it's very, very well documented, and I don't have my documentation here, but it's very well documented that chemotherapy patients that do acupuncture during their chemotherapy, it's like a 98% finish their course of treatment. They finish on time, and they do very, very well with a high level of quality of life during their entire chemo and radiation treatments. Compared to those who do not do acupuncture along with their treatments, and I don't quote me, it's somewhere like 40 to 50% have to drop out and don't finish their course of treatment, have to take a break or alter their treatment. So that's a beautiful picture of how integrative medicine works. So the why I do this is because I want to build bridges between all medical disciplines. We all come with beautiful skill sets that become more complete as we work together, like I just explained in oncology. So I was raised in a Western medical family with both my parents worked in hospitals and very allopathic, Western-minded. However, my father ended up getting cancer, and so they knew they needed an integrative approach. And I watched as they tried to coordinate multiple natural and alternative and allopathic disciplines for his care. And then when my own husband, not Mark, when my own husband, the late Robert Joseph Buchter, was diagnosed with cancer, I was really surprised to find out how little things had changed in 20 years in integrative medicine. So, there's a lot of people have heard of Cancer Treatment Centers of America, which has a very integrative approach. And aside from that, at a local level or anywhere else, it's very hard to find integrative care. And so we knew we needed a strong integrative approach. And so I set out to put together the best surgeons, oncologists, radiologists, nutritionists, functional MDs, acupuncturists, massage therapists, breathwork specialists, and other practitioners from the healing arts field for my husband. And our story is not unique. It really is not unique. We were coordinating his care, financially struggling to pay for it all, while still managing to live a very joyful and intentional life with our very young teenagers, and adjusting to our new normal. But I got to witness firsthand the beauty and the power of what an integrative approach can do. So my husband had a higher quality of life than people half his age that were in perfect health, and his transition from this life was with ease, and it was painless, and it was very peaceful. And so the biggest why and I'm very passionate about this. The biggest why for me is that for everyone facing dis-ease or illness, I'm willing to walk with them and let them know that they are not alone. I will strive to relieve their suffering, improve their quality of life, and not shrink back from their pain. A lot of people need that. I will strive to empower them to stop battling against their bodies. And I say this 400 times a day to everyone that walks through my door. Your body is not your enemy. Even if it feels like it, your body is your best friend. It is not your enemy. So I try to empower them to learn to live in partnership with their bodies and empower them to promote their own healing to live their best lives. So that brings me to the how. How do I do this? I do this with an internal integrative approach within my own practice. I'm super huge on education. I think the more that you understand your own unique body, the greater the healing that is possible. And the biggest thing is I want this medicine accessible to everyone. I experienced that on the other end of it with a spouse battling cancer. So while I do offer one-on-one treatments for people who need more services, more personal care, this is my baby here. I've opened up this community acupuncture clinic, and it's the only one of its kind anywhere outside of a big city setting. So when you go to a big city, you can find community clinics, but you can't find them in small communities. And even though we're a small community, we still need it to be accessible and affordable to everyone. So that's why I opened up this community clinic. So so the thing about the community acupuncture setting is you're healing together with other people on a healing journey. And it comes with the additional benefit of creating a healing community where all people on a healing journey come together. And it can just be a shared space. Just knowing that you're not alone in this and that other people alongside you are also healing. Or it can be a place for people to meet others that are also on the same journey. But I think it's also good for our community here in Lebanon as well as the larger medical community here. I feel so blessed to have found this space right here with all of these allopathic practitioners. That was just really, I wanted to be right here in the heart of Lebanon. We live here 3 minutes away. So we live here in Lebanon, and I wanted to be right here within the allopathic community so I can build bridges and I can open doors for people and create a more integrative healing community for Lebanon County. So thank you for coming.
Just wondered, is any of this covered by insurance?
Well, okay, so what I personally do, boy, that's a whole seminar. What I will say though is what I do is I create super bills for my clients that they can submit to their insurance, and it's hit or miss right now. Pennsylvania did pass a law, thank you very much, did pass a law that every single insurance company has to cover acupuncture. Unfortunately, what that is only, like, say, Highmark Blue Shield. They only have to have one policy that covers acupuncture. So if you don't choose that policy, you don't have coverage. We have been written in at the federal level, written into the Social Security Administration Act. So Medicare does cover it. However, again, it's very limited on the ways in which they're willing to cover it, and things get tacked on to bills. And so there's a lot of stipulations and stuff. So what I can say is acupuncture is covered both at a state level and at a national level. It just completely depends on the insurance company, and it depends on how you submit it. It depends on your ICD codes, things like that. I will tell you, I have people that get reimbursed 100%, and I have people that don't get reimbursed at all.
Okay. You're honest, and that's what
so
people need to know that.
I would love for that to change, but I'm not willing to take on. I want to just put needles in people and heal people. There are other acupuncturists that are, lobbying and battling for more rights for the patients, and it's covered in. So, like when I worked at a cancer center, 100% it was covered. It was free to the people who were coming, but it was going underneath hospital administration type. I don't know that whole end of it. But here in a private practice setting, it's hit or miss.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking, though.
You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you for being gracious and answering.
Sure. I hope I answered it well.
You did.